Hello and welcome. Today is heading into Monday, 30th day of October 2017. My name is Derek. Welcome to this cryptocurrency video, but it'll be Bitcoin exclusive, looking at multiple time frames, going from shortest term. I'll be showing the 5-minute, extending all the way to the weekly chart. Everything you do is within your own risk and own reward. And those whom have decided to take the risk into getting into cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin and such, a lot of them are in very good position now, and the risks are paying off, have been paying off in so many cases. All right then, what do we see within this 5-minute chart? I've been talking a long time about this choppy action. Roughly around 56, 57, 58, 59. Bitcoin's staying in the upper parts of the 5,000 levels and has been for a few weeks now. And it had a high coming into the day at around 6,200, obviously breaking such. And earlier today, it broke past this short-term resistance, roughly at around the 58.5 or so handle, and a nice fast move from 58.50, breaking well past 6,000, a gain of about 3%. This being a 5-minute time frame over a course of a cup of coffee or a dinner break, 20 minutes or so. Sideways consolidation on smaller volume, nice little volume in here coming into play. Levels of significant resistance. Well, support, there were significant ones never taken out. We can see 1, 2, 3 hits. Yeah, I'll be talking about 1, 2, 3 hits soon. But after these 1, 2, 3 hits, a little bit of short-term resistance in here, then again in here. And this is doing it like by the book, basically. The only exception from the point when it hit this resistance coming back to where it came from is that it didn't quite touch the 18 average of highs and could have, maybe should have came back down a little lower on this particular candle. However, the resistance break after this little bit of consolidation, how you doing? Breaking of about 6,030, 40 or so, up to about 6,300. That's a gain of under 300, or about 4 point something percent, over about 40 or so minutes now. And since then, it has been consolidating with 3 levels of support. A first level of resistance area in at around 6,200. And again, of course, at this previous high. So I'm liking the way this market action is moving. I find it a little creepy how it has been. It's looking like it wants to set up today, tomorrow, basically end of October, literally, to go to what you would think makes sense to the high 6,000s, which is, again, freaky and interesting, as I remember Cliff High stating these numbers many, many, many days ago, well before it even broke the 5,000 level. I'm even thinking maybe the 3,000 or 4,000 level. It was a long time ago. And here it stands, just towards that point, because we're going to be moving not too quickly, really. You got November coming, then you got December, January. Now we're being very, very closer to that end February, March time frame. Will price action get anywhere near 13,000? Well, everything so far is moving in line, like, maybe. But it's definitely moving in line very short term towards this close to 7,000 number. So we'll see how time plays in on the situation. Now, when you break any key level of support like this, you would think you'd come back to where you would go from or came from. And here I would have said, oh, probably if we break down, we'll go here. Obviously, that didn't happen. So I'd be looking at about a hair over around 6,050 first to be a level of support, which is this level of resistance as well in here, and maybe even some 18 averages on some charts like the hourly. But let's move other time frames and get through this. Within the 30-minute time frame, we can see more around this 6,000 handle in here. This is obviously where it came from. If it's, again, like I said, going to fall through more, you can see more of the sideways consolidation, making a move up now to the 18 average of highs. This is the second time it has done that within this rally, because that's where it lifted off from in here. And moving this forward onto the 4-hour time frame. The one thing that's very, very, very hard to do within a sideways consolidation is make a pattern of higher lows in a nice, beautiful formation. I mean, it took this failed breakdown to do so, but low, low, and here's another low in here. So beautiful, beautiful pattern. I'd be expecting from the next high, which should be higher than what it established in here. This is a statement when you look at it on this time frame. Statement, okay. Yeah, you said this little area here, your all-time highs, this previous level. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we want to take it out and make new all-time highs and go higher. That was a statement that was made. So with that being stated, we got this area here that should be aligning with the 18 average as an area I would consider as a must hold, probable hold for the bullish status, if, of course, that's going to happen anytime soon, but more likely. If this thing's even going to surpass that number I'm going to be talking about soon within the weekly time frame, if it's going to be going to that 8,000, I talked about 8,000 soon possibly. Realistically, how it would play out is a move close to 7,000, 65, 66 or so, back down. That would probably meet up in probably here now within this 18 and then shoot up to 8,000. If, of course, that's what the game plan of the future is going to hold. Daily chart coming up. And this daily chart has been, or this 18 average is what I meant to say, has been holding in very well within this time frame. There's the break above the 18 average of highs, and whenever you can make a key higher low and lift off like this, there is spectacular, it's a spectacular setup. Major reasons to be within the bull camp, which has been what the case has been with this. Many, many large gains on breaks of resistance. Break of resistance at 3,000 in here. Goes up to about 5. Major break of resistance at 5. It goes up to 6. Little over 6 even. Now we're having that little major break of resistance. It's looking like at around 62. Okay. That's why in here, the 68 number, when I'm looking at it, that's like minimum. That's a standard leg higher on here. And that's, even that is like, yeah, it's okay. I mean, it looks like a little higher than that. Maybe 7 or 71 might be a single standard leg move, and which I would expect. Let's finish this off on the weekly. And it's 27 minutes into the new week, as Monday is the start on such. And the last two periods have really been consolidation of this gain, which is a result of making what I stated, the sideways move on higher lows, a beautiful sideways move from these three periods that preceded it, which is very rare to say, okay, 5, maybe even 6 technically, if this here is an up month, up week rather, to have that many up periods in a row and have a high probability of another one coming, or to say that it is not overbought, thus it is in high probability to soon become overbought. And when I look at 7,600, again from the break of these highs, each single time that it makes it to a new level, it has some pretty interesting gains. This one being very phenomenal because you were supposed to stop going up around here and it didn't. Lesson: if you're supposed to stop going up or down at a level and it doesn't, you can expect a major leg for continuation. And that was the case in here. So you go from about 7 something, like close to 800, up to under 1,400. That's not quite double, but it's better than 50%. And then you go in here, which is like well under 14 to under 3,000. That was double. 3,000 up to about 5,000. That's about 65%. 50% on 5,000 is 7,500, and 50% isn't that much on each leg higher. This leg in here, 475-ish. I mean, that's a spectacular gain, going from 475 to about 750. Little better than 50%. So standard leg. I'm going to be very interested and curious to see if 7,000 gets taken out respectfully well. Meaning, well, it goes well past 7,000. If it goes to, like, for example, it didn't respectfully get well past 6,000 in here, because it got, or in here rather, it got to 6,200 over the last little while. But a decent leg, to me, above here would be much, much higher than around 7,000. So then, market's obviously going to do what it's going to do. Ones who can adjust to the message of the market the best are probably going to do well over the long-term time frame. And to think that I want to draw a trend line, that didn't work. You can't the market is, you're not smarter than the market, I'm trying to say, although the market's not a real person, so I'm trying to find a good way of saying such. But the market doesn't care how much you're winning, how much you're losing. If you're able to find the advantages and keep it going, you can have spectacular gains available to you within proper management. But another thing to notice, that any move that does bring us to substantial gains would break another key trend line. And I've already talked about the key trend line break before, how we had that last massive move, which was like the double shot, double take, when it broke it here. So it's getting close to that one again. And this is on a logarithmic chart. I would guess close to 7 to 10% of traders use this type of chart. Most of them use the linear. However, it's a pretty good setup right now, looking to go to the upside. And we'll see how it goes. Thank you for tuning in, and have yourself a magnificent week upcoming. Bye-bye.